Tam jest butelka wody na drugiej stronie telewizora, nie widzisz?
Chcesz?
No, ja sobie na noc pójdę i kupię tam z dołu.
Jeszcze pójdziesz na dół?
No, wodę potrzebuję na noc.
To tata ma wodę gdzieś.
No to jak znajdziesz, no to ma.
Gdzie jest jego torba? Wszystko wypił.
W tej różowej torbie jest woda. Tej dużej.
Nie ma tu nic.
To było 4 albo 5 butelek.
W której różowej gdzie chleb?
W żółtej powiedział.
Żółtej. Gdzie tu jest żółta torba?
Tu może?
To chcesz jedną?
Ja.
No.
Hi Nancy, hi Tracy, hi Angelica, hi Carrie. Guys, look how bad my lip is. And it's on my chin. I can't really hang on my head.
You're gonna cry.
And it's on my nose. You guys see it? My forehead is almost done peeling.
I want to save this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there we are.
Hi Nancy. Sun poisoning. Thanks. Yes, Christine. How you feeling? Tired? Thank you for your stars. Okay. Look, this is from when I had the knee, 2009. When I went in for my bad knee.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, good night, Becky. Thank you guys for your stars. Why is this not gonna work?
No.
It is. Look, isn't that crazy? So that's me. And then there's the baby. Huh.
It's quite high. Yeah.
What's quite high?
Here.
Well,
The belly.
that's... What? What do you mean it's quite high?
Position. His position is up.
Mom, that's my body.
Yeah, I know.
This is my booby. So he's not high. What do you mean?
No.
No. Thank you, Rebecca, for your stars.
To zapołoż.
Co mam tam położyć? Okay. Well, does this have... I'm just gonna take a screenshot of the pictures and then crop it because it's got my information and stuff. I know it's late.
It's late. Musimy jutro wcześnie wstać.
I know. Well, we won't be on here long. Isn't that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
Looks like a little alien. I think that's it. Okay. This is not pre-recorded, you guys. This isn't pre-recorded. The live earlier was a live that you guys have already seen. Okay, let me crop this. Why won't it let me crop it? Crop. Crop. Done. I'm just not gonna focus on comments real quick because I gotta crop these pictures. So, sorry you guys.
You copy?
Cropping it so my information and all of that stuff isn't on there. Because people on the internet never cease to amaze me. It's hot in here. I have to take my hoodie off.
It's hot.
Mm-hmm.
Słuchaj, happy.
You guys both snore.
Me too.
Yeah. So I'm gonna listen to both of you snoring.
Bardzo podobne, nie?
Bardzo podobne do czego?
Zdjęcia.
Yeah. Not really. It's all different stuff. Okay. We're gonna start. Okay. You didn't miss anything. All right. This is gonna literally be like probably a 15-minute video. It's pretty straight to the point. You know what I mean? So, you can see where this little foot is clubbed right there.
This?
Yeah. So here's the little MRI. There's his little clubbed right foot that they found. You guys could have also read the caption of the live that was posted before I came on here, and it literally is in the caption. That is, it's a supporters replay. So I don't know how you guys were so confused. You know, reading is great. It was so frustrating having to literally just like jump on there when I didn't want to just constantly tell you guys over and over and over and over again that this is not part 2 of it. So hopefully you guys can start reading the captions, and then when you read the captions, you won't be as confused. But yeah. So you know how we talked about how the abnormalities on his face, and they were saying how his nose is so little and how his profile is just very, very petite. In this MRI scan, you can tell because they said his right eye is smaller than his left eye. It still doesn't matter, Hillary. They can still read the caption of the video, you know, and still see it. Like, it's just crazy how people are just attacking each other because it was just a lot. It was just a lot. So you see right here, Mama, how this eye is smaller than this eye, but you can also see like the bulginess.
Here.
Here, what?
Between. You're talking about the between?
No, I'm talking about how bulgy his eyes are.
Oh. A bulgy?
It also said part 1. It did, but like I said, a lot of people didn't read it. So let's just like not even like discuss that. Let's just focus on this so I can get you guys updated on the MRIs and stuff, and then you guys can go to sleep. So you guys can see these are his little itty bitty eyeballs. If you see, oop. And then you can see how this eye is a little bit smaller than this eye, and you can also see the bulginess that, you know, most of the babies with this condition have, if that makes sense. So you can also see how little his nasal area and profile area is. And then obviously this is the top of, you know what I mean, like his head and all of that stuff. So here is that. And then on this part right here is where you can kind of see his brain. Yeah. It's all just one part. And then all of that around it is just fluid, because his brain stopped growing, so all of that empty space just started filling.
This is open?
No, nothing's open. This is the top of his head that's showing his brain. So you guys can see, like, there are no grooves or two parts that have split. And I mean, at this point, you know, like, we're a little over 5 months. So you should be seeing that in a regular scan MRI. You should be able to see the grooves, the inner hemispheres, both a left and right part of the brain, and his is just a hole. Just his brain is just whole. Like, there's no split, there's nothing. And then all of that surrounding it is just fluid. It's not necessarily bad to have fluid on the brain, you know what I mean? But there is obviously a protective fluid that is on your brain to protect it. But, you know, like, all of that fluid is there because it's filling all of the emptiness that he has, pretty much, if that makes sense. Over here you can see another image of, like, his whole little body and just how little itty bitty is, and how his brain, all of that darker shadow, all of that darker shadow is just fluid, if that makes sense. I don't need a 3D ultrasound. And then on this one, you can just see from the back end again. This is, you know, his spine. And then again, you can see how little his brain is compared to the fluid, and just how little his head is overall, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
so you see, yeah, that's all fluid.
It's a lot.
You can also see it on this one. That's, yeah, that's all fluid.
But look at the nose.
Yeah, and this one you can kind of see his little Hoovel nose that he has from me.
Little body.
Little itty bitty.
Yeah.
But, like, you can see all of, you know, there isn't much of a skull forming. It's just there's no, I don't need, like, I read your message and I totally just messed up my sentence, Krista. But you can see that there's, like, just no, like,
PewDiePie.
There's no like structure, if that makes sense. And then like I said, like you can tell where the fluid and then the brain is versus how it's supposed to be. You can Google regular MRIs if you want to, but I don't have any to compare with y'all. Here is the correct placement of his left kidney where it's supposed to be, and then his right kidney is actually in another scan.
Yeah, little.
And it's actually on his pelvic bone. I don't know if I screenshot that one or not, but this is what they were all worried about from the get-go, which was that little opening that they said was at the top of his head. Did I tell you that they said that it was on the back of the head than the top, but it's actually like this big and it's just right here, that there's nothing in it?
Wow.
Yeah. So here's that little cyst area. It looks so big because his head is so small. Now think about it, you guys. That little cyst, that dorsal cyst that has the little bit of spinal fluid, is about this big. It's about this big. Now look how big that cyst. So it says stalk because that's the fluid technically that's in that little dorsal cyst area. Look how big that is compared to, you know, like as if I were to like have it. That's how little his head is. I mean, you can literally tell just, I mean, his body is measuring right between 19 to, I think the smallest amount that he had, no wait, his head grew up to 19 weeks. So his body was only measuring about, his body was only measuring about a week and a half tops behind. But it's all because of all of the developmental delays. But even some babies are just smaller, you know, some babies just have small heads, some babies are just smaller, but I mean, you can just like tell like his head, the size of his head compared to like his body. It's just not symmetrical, if that makes sense. Oh, and then there's his right kidney, which they found like on the back of his pelvis area, if that makes sense. And then, did it sign me out? It might have signed me out. It signed me out.
Why?
Because it's medical stuff, so you have to keep re-signing in.
Oh.
So like just like in the little summary, it says, where is it? It says, you know, multiple congenital anomalies.
Nie wolno tak dużo mówić.
Why?
No może zabraniają, nie?
What? This is my information. I can share it all I want. The nurses and doctors can't share it. What are you talking about?
They cannot?
No. Let's see. So yeah, you can see where it says like abnormal with microcephaly and flattening contour of the frontal bone, meaning right here that he doesn't have any skull pretty much forming. And then right here is where it says the abnormal this location is abnormal with lack of inner hemispheric and sylvian fissures, which is like talking about the brain. And then just talking about the dorsal cyst, how it's, you know, not even a worry pretty much. So there's like diffusion and the lack of cleavage of the deep gray nuclear thalami and midbrain area. So like literally talking about where it should be and where it's not. the corpus callosum is absent. It's just, you know, there's just so much. Here it says the eye is, you know, smaller than the right eye is smaller than the left eye. Nose is present, although appears small and might be flattened in appearance. So he has a nose, but it's just very, very, very little. Very, very, very little. Let me go to the other one.
British, I'm going to bed, love you, good night. Kto to jest?
Josh.
To faithful.
Where is it? I was trying to see where they were talking about my placenta, what it was, but I can't remember what the word is. But they did tell me that, like, I have a normal placenta, but it's not normal at the same time. So, like, my placenta hangs like this. I don't know what the word is they used. I can't remember. It's been so long. Krista, I won't be talking about that right now. And it's like, it just has little hangs. It just be chilling. I don't remember the word for it, but they're like, there's nothing, because when they mentioned it, I was like, why hasn't my doctor told me anything about this? They're like, he has it, and I was like, no. Remember? Were you in there? I can't even remember if my mom was in there. No, it's not an interior. It's just like my placenta just like tries to hug itself. If that makes sense. I don't know what word they use. I'll ask the doctors tomorrow. But I just wanted you guys to get a visual of what I saw on the MRIs for when it comes to, you know, letting you guys know of all of our decisions. Right, Arion, right. So yeah, I know it's a pretty quick live, and my plan was to make the first part pretty quick, but then I had to get descriptive because people like to diagnose things. So, but I wanted you guys to have a visual of everything. I do have a name for him. I will be telling you guys his name soon. What are you talking about? My fallopian tubes. And I did get back the results of the genetic testing, so I'll put all of that in one, so I can just have it all in little parts, so nobody gets confused, you know? Placenta previa, I think that's what it was. Yeah, I think you're right, Vicky. But yeah, I just wanted you guys to get a visual of, so you could see and put yourself in my shoes just for a second, so you could see what I'm seeing, not just from what I'm telling you, so you could see it, so people aren't like, well, you know, leave it in God's hands, or just try to wait it out. Like, the pictures don't lie, you know? Yeah, sometimes you just need to listen, for sure. Hi, Deb. So, I just wanted to let you guys in on the pictures, just so you guys could see for yourself. I know I can sit here and explain all the time, hours and hours of time, and whatever it may be, but it's better to just look, you know? So, it's a pretty quick update. I didn't mean to come on this late, but we have been traveling all day, and we are exhausted, and we're just going to hit the hay, and I will see you guys tomorrow morning for breakfast. And if this video in this same outfit with the same background, the way it starts, pops up on regular live, read the caption, you guys. Okay? Read the caption. It will probably be a streamed video. I just want to be able to share what's going in here on regular lives. And I also just want the arguing to stop. Like, that's it. But I appreciate you guys so much. So hopefully you guys are going to be able to look at those images and just kind of get an idea of where our thought process is and where we're going and what decisions we are facing. And yeah, I appreciate you guys, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Good night, sweet dreams, and peace out, Girl Scouts. Bye.